takes a few seconds to get going. Okay. Cool. So now you should be able to go to our YouTube channel and see the live while I get back to Zoom here. Put myself on the tripod. Where am I? Okay. We're definitely live right now. I just need to copy the link, do all that stuff. But I wanted to just go ahead and welcome everybody to another edition of our second screen. Let's go Warriors.
Let's go Dubs.
I'm Poor Man's Commish on Twitter, and we got Rebecca Licht here as well, analyst and former Twitter live tweeter, and we got a couple of great special guests. So happy to announce we got Warriors hype man Franco Finn. Yes, sir, from Oracle and Chase Center. The familiar face, the familiar voice. And then we've got Charlie Torres, otherwise known as Chuck, otherwise known as Klay's trainer. We're all here ready to talk about hoops, talk about a little bit about Klay, and watch this game. And I think we should just ease into it as people realize that there's a live going on. I'm going to try and post something on Instagram as well, so that'll take some time. But why don't we all say Merry Christmas to Dub Nation, first of all. And then I think let's let Chuck take it away. And you're an NBA trainer, and you've trained guys like Klay, obviously. People don't know this, but Kelly Oubre. And also Derek Williams. So tell us about your, I guess, career path, how you got to right now, and that'll warm us all up.
Yeah, it wasn't the most intriguing, I guess. I mean, I was playing in junior college when Derek Williams was a freshman at my alma mater high school, La Mirada High. And I got introduced to him, and Derek ended up blowing up late in his high school career, kind of like Klay did. And they knew each other, and they ended up being in the same draft class. And I kind of made a name for myself, just kind of playing and taking Derek to play pickup and working him out. And then through that, I met Klay. I met Solomon Hill, Aaron Gordon. I started to build a relationship with different sports agencies, so they were kind of seeking me out to work and do the pre-draft for their guys. And Klay was one of the guys that it was just very convenient because he lived in Orange County and I was based in Orange County, and all of his friends and guys that he grew up with were working out with me. So it was a comfortable training place for him, and that was kind of like what it's been ever since. And here I am.
Nice. You're like a veteran.
Yeah.
People don't realize. Plus, you look really young too, so they don't realize you've been a trainer for quite some time.
Yeah, I got it from my mama, man. My mom's she got good genes.
Yeah, like she played basketball too.
What's that?
Your mom played basketball, you said?
No. Just me looking young. She looks really young. She's like 76.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Cool. So right now on ABC, they're going over some of the defense. We should talk Warriors a little bit real quick. Pascal starting again. It's the same starting five. I think because Draymond has already been announced that he's returning next game in Chicago, I just think that Steve doesn't want to disrupt the lineup too much, because EP is the closest approximation to Draymond. So let's not disrupt that too much. Plus, Pascal started last game, so let's not just risk messing up his confidence by benching him suddenly or kind of hitting the panic button. All right, so let's switch over real quick to Rebecca. Let's get your hot takes because you are our analyst. And then also, Franco, let's get your hype after Rebecca.
Sure.
My prediction. I want to say easily that Oubre and Wiggins are going to have better games, but you can't get much worse than at least how they shot the ball the other day. My biggest, I guess, prediction is Steph's going to go off.
Feels like it. Feels like it's going to go off because he kind of had
one
an
of
off
those
night.
games. When you think about it, Milwaukee's, lineup isn't the most. He will have Drew Holiday on him, which is not the easiest matchup. But ultimately, I think that's a better matchup than they had last game. So I guess ultimately I say that they're going to play much better today. They turn the ball over 18 times. I'm going to say they keep it under 15. Obviously you want it lower, but
Let's hope so. That got a little ugly. All those
and I also say they break the 100-point mark.
Oh, please. Yeah, let's hope so. What you got for us, Franco?
Well, look, game one, it's been a while. You got to dust the rust off. That's expected. You know what I mean? You're going into, you're playing the Nets, okay? A hungry KD after, been through. The guy's the best, he's the best player on the court, okay? He's going to come back. And I already come back with a vengeance. So that game one, hey, it's opening season. There's a lot of hype. Dub Nation, I know we're excited, and we still have a lot to be excited for. We got a lot of young talent, but it's going to take some time to gel. We all know that. And so I agree with Rebecca. I think Steph will go off. I think he's going to find more, opportunities to score, create maybe some separation and really and pass the ball to other folks. Give him more, give him more looks because I think, he's the floor leader here. He's going to have to really rely on everybody throughout the season when he doesn't have, his usual guys from before. And I think this is just going to be, I think the next 5 games, especially when they're, just trying out the season. They have not played in a time. So I just think that it's all going to happen like that. I do think Wiggins is going to have a better performance than that. We all know. I know a lot of people are really anxious to see what he can contribute. And, Wiggins will. I guarantee it. These guys are pros. They're not going to take any game like this. And it's one game at a time. You forget about the last, you move on to the next, just like NFL. It's every given Sunday, every given game. These are professional athletes. And so they're going to excel. They're going to have bad nights like anything else. And they're going to have some dang good nights where they're going to upset some people too. Tonight's Milwaukee. Or today, if you will, is Milwaukee. So another tough competition in the East. It's going to be a battle. Nothing is going to be like before. This is going to be a new Creative Warriors team. But I got to say that we got a lot of hope and promise. It was nice to see Wiseman start number 1. Everyone was anxious and hungry. He put up some points. Pretty impressive for a first game as a rookie playing in a real game that he hasn't really played in a long time, right? Because, we only had a few sample college games to look at. But, man, if that's game 1 and this is the first one on the road against a dangerous Nets team, man, I think we have some stuff to look forward to. I cannot wait till even like the second half of the season to maybe like, the first half I think is just going to be, like I said, getting the dust off. Look, you try doing whatever you can. Even me, I went to NBA draft day. I haven't been in that arena since March. That's only 6 months, maybe 5-6 months. And I had to like double check a little bit. Like, okay, hold on. How did I do this thing? Let me get my few games in, and get it going. And I, preseason, that wasn't even a preseason. That was barely anything. That
was quick.
Training camp. Everything is just scrunched down a little bit. So you got to give a little bit of leeway. But I think they're going to play a lot better today. Of course, you can't get any worse, I hope, than the last game. But they're pros, and I think Curry and the team, they're going to step up big time and find ways and be creative.
Yeah, man. Wow, that was thorough. You're putting you're giving notice to like ABC right here that or ESPN. Franco Finn. Not only can he hype up your arena, he can also hype up your auction. You do the Klay Family Foundation, right? So
Yeah.
you must know Chuck. Chuck, you go to those, right?
No, I actually haven't been able to go. I always end up having to work.
Oh, okay.
We missed Orange County last year. It was it was Pelican Hill. It was the second Thompson Family Foundation. I was their auctioneer for the second year. We alternated from San Francisco and then came to Orange County. Man, that was off the charts. I mean, Pelican Hill.
I was supposed to go to that one, and I actually blew out my knee.
No wonder.
Yeah, so I hurt my knee 3 weeks before Klay did.
Oh, 3 weeks?
What?
3 weeks
wild.
before, yeah. So my surgery was way more intense. My patella tendon actually ripped my kneecap off of the bone. So
oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it was pretty traumatic. So yeah, me and Klay were down the whole time.
We'll have to get you back on the third annual. We skipped this past year, obviously. COVID. But I know he's gonna hopefully go back and forth to Orange County. But man, that was a fun in Orange County. It was off the hook. Pelican Hill. I mean, I was playing with the radio or the voice from the Lakers, John Ireland. I was playing with him. There's a lot of Lakers that show up because you got Michael Thompson too in the family. But it was fun, man. It was cool. Clyde Drexler was there. We had a lot of actors, and it was definitely more Hollywood this year than last year at Harding Park, or the 2 years before at Harding Park. But Steph came out at Harding Park the first year, and JaVale McGee played, and man, watching JaVale golf, that was a fun sight to see.
JaVale's the best, man. He's the best guy on the planet. I love him.
He's such a good positive energy, man.
He's man.
Yeah. JaVale's cool. But, what do you call it? Zaza was at Orange County, though. I mean, so, him and Klay are super tight. And so they were having some fun. And, I hope to get back to Orange County because that's, man, you got views like that. Oh, yeah. That's the play. That's the way to play golf. That's for sure.
But Pelican Hill is special, man. It's a special spot.
Totally is. And it's great with the Thompson family, with Klay, his dad, his mom, his brothers. I mean, so for those who don't know, the Thompson Family Foundation really just started maybe a few years ago to really be official. And the first one was at Harding and a park for a golf tournament, but we had a party up on the Embarcadero to kick it off. And then the second year was Orange County, as we talked about. But the Thompson Family Foundation, what they've done for the families and the victims in the Bahamas, where they're very close to, is amazing. What we've been able to do to raise a lot of money. And so the Thompson family, they really believe, in helping that community because they're so close to it. And during the hurricanes and all the devastation, the last couple of years, all that money was helped to rebuild the Bahamas. So shout out to the Thompson Foundation, man. They do some good work, and it's just the beginning. Just the beginning.
Big shout out to them, man.
You gotten a chance to do any of that, Chuck, with the Bahamas basketball team at all?
I've actually been in the talks with Chris DeMarco, the assistant coach for the Warriors.
Yeah.
So Chris is actually the head coach right now, and we've talked about getting me on staff. And I work with Mike, Clay's brother, who's like a player coach on that team. So me and Mikey are always on the same page. Like we do a lot of stuff together. That's like, I freaking love Mikey. That's my guy. So yeah, we're trying to, I'm trying to help, honestly, get some of the bigger name Bohemian guys on the team, and Chris has done a great job. So I would love to team up and do stuff with them. The coaching aspect is my favorite part of training, because I get to coach and then I get to implement what I want to do on the court with the training aspect individually or in small groups. So that's like to work with the national team would be big time, especially with Bahamas because I'm so close to some of those guys.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm looking forward to that. Me and Chris are going to stay in talks with that whole thing, but it looks like they're going in the right direction. It could be a really good deal.
Yeah, Chris, a little fun fact. He used to play in the league that I run out here called Dream League. Little shameless plug there.
Yeah.
We got a few Dream League guys watching the YouTube live here. I appreciate your support, guys. But yeah, DeMarco, see, this really gets into Klay, actually. It's a good little segue because DeMarco was like the Shaq of our league. You know,
Yeah.
6'7", 230, no, more than 230 probably. I those weights beyond 230 just lose me. You know, it might as well be at that point. But he would dominate, and they would always like win the championship or at least be runner up in our league. And then to see them on a constant basis, I remember most vividly just at the Oakland practice facility. It's always like Klay posting up on DeMarco, and sometimes Klay playing defense as well. And that just always reminds me that Klay is just an enormous individual. Like, and he's a shooting guard in the NBA, and he's moving like you see him move on the court. This is a 6'7" guy. Like a 6'7" guy in my league would be like Shaq. So that just again, it's like that's another reason he's a surefire Hall of Famer. Like, no doubt, first ballot. You just haven't seen shooting guards like this.
And you haven't seen him like being able to guard something like Kyrie, going from Kyrie to Kevin Durant to whoever, man. I mean, the guy's a Swiss Army knife defensively.
He could get switched off on like Brook Lopez, and he'd probably do a pretty good job. Yeah, that's the thing, is he has such a low center of gravity. Like, he's just like solid, like a tree trunk down in the defensive post.
Watching him and Draymond in China, I went on that trip for the preseason, and if him and Draymond were on the same team, I mean, it was a wrap. Like there was no team that was beating them. It was really hard, especially if they had like Iggy. I think one time they had Iggy, and then Steve Kerr had to switch the entire team because they were just too dominant. And it was like KD and Steph on one team, and it was like Draymond and Klay working together. It was like poetry in motion, man. Defensively, it was Ray Lewis and Suggs back there. It was nuts, man.
Yeah, people forget about that. Like the defensive chemistry that is kind of lost here. And now that we're almost at tip off here, guess we got some time. I mean, you told me before we started here that we're not going to talk about Klay's Achilles, like, oh, what happened that day and whatnot. And I mean, I can kind of understand it because I was there when Klay was got in the headband and the full regalia at Chase pregame. So he's shooting around, and it's like me and the NBC cameraman, like NBC, right? I can understand he didn't want me to put it on my phone, but he was yelling at the NBC cameraman, like, put that effing thing away. So he's very private, right? So I can kind of guess on that. And also just, I guess he just doesn't want to be in the news at all, right?
Pretty much. I mean, the whole time we were working out and playing, like, I mean, we've always been pretty closed doors, no camera people, no, nothing like that. I don't even know how it got out. And, the people that were in there were pretty significant NBA people, but the fact that it got out so fast was unbelievable. Like, and I mean, he likes his privacy. He likes, showing his work on the court when it's on TV and that kind of stuff. And I'm not a big Instagram person either. So we work really good together in that way where, like, I'm not really trying to promote myself, and he's not trying to promote his workout videos and vice versa. So, it's.
And I'm sure, you working with him for so long, he's figured that out. He's gotten comfortable with you.
Yeah.
So for today, we're not going to like rehash that day kind of thing, but I think we can talk about things like, yo, KD looked pretty damn good the other night, coming from a torn Achilles, right?
Yeah.
That's some optimism right there, right? We can look at these comps. There's John Wall. There's even DeMarcus Cousins, who also had an ACL. So we can root for those guys to play well, because then if they play well, then it's like, okay, cool. But what do you know about like modern Achilles tear and ACL tear technology? What have you heard?
It's
Yeah, go ahead.
it's pretty much like, I mean, I've learned a lot just through my knee, but you know, both of those spots, you know, knees, ankles, Achilles, and feet, like there's not really good blood circulation, which helps kind of heal the process and speed that up. So without having that you know, blood that gets there pretty frequently, you know, that's what takes so long to heal. It's that kind of thing, and the mobility. The good news and that's what I was telling Klay, like the good news for him is he's young. So like when Kobe tore his Achilles, he was like 37.
Oh, right.
And you know, I mean, that's kind of like that's once you get over 35, I mean, you might as well be 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in basketball years, you know, it's like you get old really fast, man, and especially all the wear and tear, and you know, like I mean, Klay, Steph, and Draymond, like those guys played up until June every year. And then they'd have to do their whole China thing, their tour or whatever. Like I would only see Klay like pretty much, you know, the last 2 to 3 weeks of August, and then he'd jump right into training camp with the Dubs. So the amount of wear and tear that these guys go through is pretty phenomenal. 82 games is no joke. I played 65 games in a professional league in Mexico when I was playing, and man, going from you can't. Like Wiseman. I mean, Wiseman played like what, 8 games?
Yeah, I think it was three.
Yeah, he's going from 3 games to playing 82 against the best guys he's ever seen in his life. Like you can't simulate that, and that's what we try to do as trainers and coaches. But it's impossible. You can't simulate 82 games. You can't condition for 82 games. You can't do that. It's a pretty hard job. I mean, everyone thinks it's easy and it looks all gravy on Instagram and things like that, but you know, trying to prepare and ramp up the workouts gradually to where they're not getting hurt, and you know, they're not going to be too fatigued to where they end up getting hurt in the season and things like that. It's a very delicate process. So
speaking of you can't simulate. Guess what else you can't simulate? Giannis coming downhill on you, and that's something that Steve Kerr,
that's really hard, man.
So there may be some you know, issues with that for today's game.
Yeah.
There were issues with that. I remember when they, you know, were 24-0, and then they lost in Milwaukee, and then even like the season after that when they had KD, just the shock of Giannis coming downhill on you like that. It can last for like a whole game. I know one game that they lost to the Bucks, they just never really recovered from that. So I'm sure that's like their number one sticking point is we got to like gang defense on Giannis today, and just try and do anything you can to prevent him from going downhill. That's
main thing for that is they gotta whoever's guarding, whoever Giannis is guarding, they have to crash the offensive glass. That way Giannis can be occupied, and because if he just gets free rebounds and then he goes coast to coast, like that's when he picks up steam and that's when he's at his best. If you're continually pounding him with offensive rebounds and not allowing him to get those and go downhill, that's kind of like the ticket. That's what teams tend to do to him in the playoffs. They just keep crashing that one guy out.
Today, that assignment will initially go to Eric Pascal and Dub Nation with a collective gulp right there. A lot of people wanted Mulder to start. Just, you know, the knee-jerk reaction. He is playing great. I just think that would just be, you know, going up the totem pole a little too quickly there. Just ease him into it. Give him more minutes for sure. He's earned it.
His upside is special. He was my favorite player last year.
And aren't there like similarities to his shot release, like how quick he can get that off the shooting pocket with Klay?
Was that Pascal?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about Mulder.
Oh no, I was talking about Pascal. That was my favorite player last year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Pascal was first team all rookie, and he's talked about how this season he kind of has to change his role a little bit because he kind of needed the team needed him to have the ball and score and attack the rim, and now you have Steph on the floor. You always got to be aware of where he's at because even Juan Toscano Anderson was saying, people are criticizing me, thinking I can't shoot. I had to be able to shoot to get it to this point to even get a two-way or non-guaranteed. And when I'm on the floor, the best shooter is still Steph Curry. So that's something that a lot of people don't realize is that kind of the ramp-up period that you have to the chemistry with Steph. So there's that. So Pascal is going to have to adjust a little bit, and so it'll just take time. So people, please don't just jump on guys like they're jumping on Wiggins right now and all that. We'll see. It takes about 25 games in an 82 game season, right, Chuck, to kind of be able to judge a guy.
Yeah, like Wiggins and Kelly, I think even, as bad as they played last game, they're you can't simulate a game. It's just like what I'm saying. You could be in the gym with your trainer and doing a lot of stuff, but it's very hard to simulate what they got going on, especially what the Nets had going on that game. The Nets were just full throttle downhill at you, everybody. Karis LeVert touched the ball. He was going to the cup. He was shooting it.
The Nets played exceptional. They were ready.
Yeah.
Punch. They were ready to KO right now. And the Warriors just happened to be game one of opening season. And KD and Kyrie are going to show what they're about. And everybody, LeVert, all of them, they all stepped up. And really, I think the Nets is really what you have to look at that game because they really just said, I don't care who's in our way. If it's Warriors, this or that, we're steamrolling. And they did.
The second unit for the Nets is you're bringing Jared Allen and Karis LeVert with Landry Shamet. It's like these guys start on playoff teams.
Right.
They've all started on playoff teams.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They're deep.
They have incredible firepower on that team. And people don't really realize that. But it's just been so long since the Warriors have played, kind of full squad. But they're not full squad, they'll play. It's so funny. People are like in the YouTube comments, they go, man, we need a shooter. It's like, we just lost a Hall of Fame shooter. That's why we need a shooter. It's just hilarious. So yeah, it hurts, man. It hurts to not have Klay. Hey, by the way, where are you at right now? You got that little home movie theater over there. That's kind of nice to watch some game tape.
It's pretty cool. It actually happened on accident. I was supposed to do this at my brother's house. He has a nice little TV room, but my sister-in-law didn't want me coming over because I had COVID 2 weeks ago. So luckily, I came to one of the kids I train. They have a nice little movie set up, so he let me use their movie room.
Let's play some Home Alone right here in the meantime.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, one of your kids, is this kid a future draft pick or something? Because
he's a really good point guard. He's really good. He's on the high school team I coach. So
nice. Cool. Hope you're feeling better, man. It's been a while.
It was like one thing after another, man.
Nice blue unis from the Bucks, but how are you feeling now? And tell us about that, because some of us are going through that. Some of us are lucky enough to have avoided it, but know people now. We know more and more people that have had it. How was it for you?
COVID was crazy. I'm still getting headaches pretty much every morning when I wake up.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I'm not really a headache guy. I've never really gotten headaches, but the first 2 days I knew something was wrong. It felt like my back had just gotten beat down by a baseball bat. So my lower back was just killing me. Then day 3 and 4 were kind of headaches, and then they just kind of continued throughout the week. So I mean, thank God, like, you know, I got it from some of the kids that I coach on my team, and you know, they're all okay. 2 of them were asymptomatic, so it was pretty good. Get in there. Good shot.
Yeah. So we're about 20 seconds behind. YouTube will, whatever we say right now shows up on YouTube in 20 seconds. And
Gotcha.
Wiseman with a nice swat. Wiseman.
Wow.
Steph on the break, but misses front rim. Before that, it was Pascal with the first shot.
Well,
they're gonna get EP a blocking out here. Yeah, that's one thing that's been tough with our lives. Is not everybody is synced, but that's life. No worries. How did Miami do, Rebecca?
I think they still have a few minutes left, but they're up. This final unit they put in has them up 14. It's their last unit has been actually Iguodala, Precious Achua, their rookie, Dragic, Avery Bradley, who I love Bradley Klay, and Tyler Hero.
Traveling on Pascal. Well, Wiggins had a nice recovery. Middleton had him beat on the cut, and yet Wiggins still came back and disrupted the shot pretty nicely. And they do have Wiseman on Giannis.
Yeah.
So this time Giannis takes a 3. It's a brick. So that's interesting.
Although you have to be careful with that this season, because in the first game he hit 3 of 8 from 3.
Okay, there's Wiseman's jump hook. I was told from a podcast, Paul Biancardi. I've said this on here before, high school analyst. You know Paul Biancardi by any chance, Chuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things he said in a podcast was that Wiseman has this kind of like go-to move in high school, that jump hook.
The right shoulder lefty, yeah.
And then we were talking to Andrew Moran, Wiseman's trainer out in Miami. Have you guys met him?
I haven't met him, but I've seen him around.
Yeah. So he was saying, by the way, Wiseman actually has a pretty good righty jump hook. So that's kind of good to know. He's got both hands down there in the post.
Gotta have it.
Dante lucky bank shot.
Charlie, if you weren't playing hoops and everything, was your dream to be obviously pro? What was your dream? You know
what? It's crazy. I got into basketball late.
Okay.
I played baseball, football, and hockey pretty much full time growing up.
Wow.
Nice move there by Wiggins.
Yeah.
And when did you pick up the basketball? Like how late in your career?
Probably toward the end of 8th grade.
Oh, Wiseman.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what they need.
It's so nice to have, strength and athleticism.
Wiseman's stride is so long.
Yeah. He's running back right now on Giannis. And but Pascal picks up another foul.
Dude,
so weird to have
Wiseman's stride super long. And it's crazy. He's busting his butt because his jersey's always untucked. So he's hustling as a rookie. Sign right there when you got an untucked thing and you're running like full speed. I'm sure he's just going all out.
Jeez.
He's a big boy. Gosh, man.
Are we gonna have a new name for when they had the Clippers and the whole Blake Griffin Lob City thing? We got to come up with something,
Oh, right, we do.
We got to have something.
Hey, that's your job, isn't it? Well, you didn't come up with Splash Brothers? No, I'm kidding.
No,
Shout out to Brian Witt there. the legend, coming up with Splash Brothers.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Pascal.
I like how aggressive he's being, going to the basket, even the travel the couple possessions before.
That would have been a dunk.
He's not settling for threes.
Oof, Pascal. Damn.
Dante.
I'm a little behind you, Rich.
Yeah, well, I got it on the antenna. So, faster than cable.
Aggressive here. I like it.
I mean, I like what I see so far. I missed the Pascal dunk. It looked like it was a double pump. Not
I think
bad.
that's the part that some of these younger guys end up falling into when they're playing out there.
Yeah,
with
it was a double pump.
He's just settling for threes.
Right. Yeah.
And Pascal, I love that he's not settling right now.
Good offensive rebound by KO. Oh, airball stuff. Hey, tell us about KO. How did you get involved with Oubre?
So he normally works out with Drew Hanlon, and Drew was kind of, he was gone for a whole summer. So Kelly and Stanley Johnson, I've been working with Stanley since he was 14, 15 years old. And Kelly and Stan were really close. They still are. And basically Kelly wanted to work out with Stan, so we worked out pretty much every day for that whole summer. And then anytime Drew can't make it or Drew can't work out with Kelly, Kelly would hit me up to work out. So we worked out a few times.
Oh, Wiseman with the three. Stepped into that confidence.
Nice. Like what I see.
Giannis got the step on him there, though.
Yeah. So, just kind of trading buckets here.
Confident. I love that.
Warriors down by 3. 8 minutes to go. Giannis shoot free throw.
How would I send someone the link to watch this our live stream?
I think you go to YouTube and
let me just
pull
text
up
it to you. I mean, just DM you. I got it right here.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Hang on. Yeah, I forgot to send that to you guys just for easy use. Okay, let's see.
Oh, I hate rebound.
Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Rich, I like how you represent the city. SF. I got it all. You got it all.
You know what? I got this at Oracle at one of those like season-ending sales. It was like 2013, 50% off.
Wow.
I'm looking at this. I'm like, Mitchell and Ness. You know,
logo, man.
What you call it? Yeah, official Mitchell and Ness. What do you call it? Replica? Nostalgic thing. I was like, hell yeah, let me get that.
Was it your size, or you trying to make it work?
It was my size. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, you know what we got to talk about, Chuck? Is these, man. Anta.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I hope Oubre's okay. Oh man. Okay, he's fine.
Oh, that didn't look good.
Kind of had to foul Giannis on the football throw there.
Jeez.
But I love Anta. They have some people that work for them that are so nice. I'm of Chinese descent, so
comfortable.
Yeah. So I have an affinity with them as well, kind of just the whole aspect of the Chinese culture. And we're going to a timeout right now. Warriors down by 5. They just haven't been able to find the shooting stroke just yet, and it's been tough trying to contain Giannis. But back to Anta, yeah, what a great company. You know, people don't realize they're like, I think last time I checked, it's like $30 billion company. Like,
yeah, it's big over there.
It's like a huge number you wouldn't have expected. and I feel like their designs are really nice. And so all of the Klay ones have been really nice. I don't play hoop anymore, so I can't really test them on the court. The last ones felt kind of bulky to me, the KT5, but they look really nice. And then the sixes, I have some in a box over
I
there.
have
Those look like high tech.
this pair.
Are those the fives, the low
I have
fives?
this pair, and I think they're lower. And then I have the
I was surprised how comfortable, because I never wore a pair until they gave them out at the golf tournaments, at the events. I mean, they really step
Nice.
for Klay. I mean, they gave at the Thompson Family Foundation, they got shoes to everybody. Freaking, I had sweatpants, I had zip up. I mean, I had a full ensemble from head to toe. Literally, Anta was all set up, and I was like, all right, let me try this on. I'm like, whoa, man, these are comfortable. It is Asian. Some of the clothing is a little Asian size, so you gotta go like a little size up. But it's either that or I got it's got a little form fitting. But man, it's good. The quality is actually pretty amazing. It's my first time, and I'm a fan ever since.
Yeah, their stuff's good. They do a really good job of like working with him, and I don't know. It's pretty cool. Like I don't think he could have asked for anything better. Like having that much hands-on and them doing all the Rocco stuff and just kind of building the whole brand around him has been pretty cool. Everywhere we go, anytime we're in the gym, like every single person wants to get a shoe from him. Like, dude, can I get some Mantas? Can I get some Mantas? It's pretty funny.
That's the only thing. They're kind of hard to find. Here. What's that?
One of the questions I was gonna ask was how. It's kind of just a funny question because I know he always appreciates his dog being brought up. How is it? Have you been there at any of the times he's brought his dog to work out with him?
Yeah, he'd bring Rocco quite a bit, especially when we were in LA 2 or 3 years ago, 2 or 3 summers ago, I think. I think that was it went viral when Rocco was there was a Laker court.
And, that
he
one.
was doing with Rocco.
I remember
that was after one of our workouts. And there was another one too at that same Laker court. That's this guy's private gym in Bel Air. He has a full NBA replica.
Hey,
yeah, I've heard.
I actually worked out Kelly there a few times. But
nice.
that guy has 3 dogs, and Klay's whole thing with dogs is funny because this guy brings out his 3 giant German Shepherds and Klay's just dribbling, playing with them. Anytime there's a dog, man, you can tell he's just another person. He loves it.
Yeah, I like how Rocco kind of matches Klay's personality.
He really does.
Staff on the cut to Marquise.
Yeah, Chris is in for
They're
Wiseman.
really
7 minutes to go.
They're really trying to count staff.
Yeah, Steve Kerr said that he would play Wiseman sort of in shorter spurts as he regains his conditioning. He's only played 3 NCAA games over the past year, so give him some time. So that was 4.5 minute stretch there for Wiseman. But I saw a tweet saying he had 7 of the Warriors' 11 points. Now it's 12. But yeah, great start for James.
Now, I wonder what his workout regimen is going to be like, entering as a rookie, being lanky, tall, athletic, and having to compete with these pros on a nightly basis. Charlie, besides eating and all the dang protein that he can have, maybe triple steaks, I don't know. But, that's got to be crazy, coming into your rookie season.
That's a lot, yeah. I
can only imagine what eating and all that could be. To come into a league and knowing that you are the big guy, the big man, and you got to bulk up and and do what it takes, right?
Yeah, it was kind of a nightmare too. I really like this whole offseason. I didn't wish this upon anybody. I mean, we didn't know when the draft was going to happen. We didn't know, like, I mean, all that was pushed back. Like, I feel for guys like Wiseman and Nico. Like, it's because I remember Klay's draft in 2011. It was just so long, man. Like, they had that whole – they didn't start till January.
Yep.
Nice inbound play by Steve Kerr there. Gets Damian open on the opposite corner. That's a great play because the Bucks got screened pretty bad.
Good that he's hitting that.
Yeah, it's a big one for him to hit.
That's important for him to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. Yeah.
So I actually coached travel ball, and I had Marquise Chris and DJ Wilson on the same team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's funny seeing them
How has Marquise evolved since you saw him? And how old was he when you saw him? When you had him?
Marquise was like the young one. He was like 15 when all these other guys were like 16, 17. So his maturation has been night and day, I'd say, since he was in Phoenix. I really wasn't sure if he was gonna stick. He was kind of I don't know. He would just little things would trigger him and he'd get real emotional.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. But he's grown a lot, man. He's such a good kid. He's just
Oh, yeah, he's a great interview. Like, people don't know. He's such a team player.
yeah.
Like, literally, he's not phased one bit by James starting. Like, he's just cool with it.
Yeah.
So humble. He's just a great guy to be around, quite honestly.
Perfect piece for this team.
Yeah, he fits the Warriors culture so well. It's just like, how do the Warriors always get these guys? You know,
They stole
Nice
him, man.
double.
They got him for free.
Pretty much. I think so.
yeah, that's pretty nice to get a guy like Marquise.
Man, shout out to UW out there. I do a lot of work with UW, my other job. So it's good to see some Huskies representing over there in the NBA.
You guys get him out, man.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, nice steal by Kelly on the inbound against Giannis too. Oubra's been playing well. And Giannis draws a charge.
No.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's do a replay.
I mean, could have called that first one on Pascal when he took a charge. Giannis' first drive. Yeah, he got him.
Yeah, it's the tip of the shoulder. And then they got to keep it consistent. So then Damian draws it on Chris. Nice. That's the thing about Damian is that he just does stuff the right way.
Oh.
Not spectacular or anything, but he just stable.
Nice set for Kelly.
Yeah. What's the Warriors shooting percentage, Rebecca?
Currently,
That could be depending on Chris, but we'll take it. Man, Kelly's been stripped a couple times now at the last moment. He's got
currently at 5 of 13 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3.
Yeah, you can feel that.
Granted, one was a dunk, but Wiseman's 2 of 2, 1 of 1 of 3s.
Yeah.
His stint.
Damn.
It looks like Juan came in and Mulder as well.
Good pass. That's one I don't like settling for.
Hey, look, Mulder's in. I think you said that already, but Mulder's in pretty early, relatively speaking. Getting that reward that Kerr was talking about. Nice move, Marquise. Aggressive. Good to
Don't
see.
settle.
Yep.
Don't settle.
Ha! Middleton's getting hot. Warriors down by a touchdown.
Damian Lee's a little small to be.
Way to stay with it, Keith. Is that and one?
Oh, is it?
We'll see.
They're hanging in there, man. This is a good Bucks team, man. This is this is all we can ask for, man. Put the effort, keep it close. I mean, yeah, the first game, let's just scratch that. That's definitely, that's a dangerous Nets team. I mean, this is a good Bucks team too, but hey, they're still hanging in there. They didn't, because I felt like that first game, with the Nets, it was just like, man, it was just like blowout from the beginning. It was
Right.
done.
Exactly.
They couldn't catch up ever since that, and it was just like, oh man, it's gonna be a long game for the Dubs.
Actually, Andrew Wiggins brought that up on Wednesday during the media availability. Said we just gotta. Actually, it was Looney yesterday.
Yeah.
Said in the first 5 minutes we got to set the tone in the first 5 minutes. So they've done that. So that's good.
Yeah.
This unit in right now has had the best flow of all the units so far.
Oh, look at that zone defense. Okay, now they switch back. Man, look like 1-2-2 for a little bit, and then they hustle. I like Juan's hustle. He's just gives it all. All right, maybe this will get Steph going. He gets fouled by Drew. We'll trip to the line. Let's get in rhythm here.
Jeez, he gets knocked.
Like, finally.
Oh.
I will say we're much better on track when it comes to turnovers. Knock on wood, we're only at 2.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it close. Competitive. Only down 3. Wow, Juan Toscano on Drew. Timeout Bucks. And got some highlights here on Twitter. Pretty much all Wiseman. All right, Franco, what you been up to lately? Not a whole lot to hype yet, but I saw you were at the Christmas giveaway, Curry annual.
That was nice. I feel like I haven't done a physical in-person event in eons ago, right? And so it was just nice to get kind of back into it. Yeah, that was on Saturday, the 19th. Steph Curry, Aisha did the Christmas with the Currys for their Eat, Learn, Play Foundation. Serving 1,000+ families in Oakland that day. It was a long day. It was like from 11 to 5, but man, they created an outdoor experience for these families that drove through. They never had to get out of their cars. Basically gave boxes of just goods from all the partners, putting in stuff, and it was amazing. It was nice to see the community come together, and the fact that we were in Oakland. They Eat, Learn, Play, and I know Steph and Aisha really have their hearts are in Oakland. Pretty much, that was their Steph's home, right? I grew up as a kid there. Playing at Oracle. And so I love the fact that they do that in Oakland, and they really are still tied to that. And just being back, man, at Oracle. I haven't been there since, I think it was like a year and a half. So one of the security guards would say, yeah, it's been about a year and a half since you've been here. I'm like, dang, there's some good memories out of Oracle. But it was just good to be back out and doing events and getting the NBA season going. I mean, the last time I went was the NBA draft, which was, a big night for us drafting Wiseman, but, trying to do virtual stuff, all the, still playing around to see what that fan experience can look like. And so we got a lot of things to look forward to this season. You know, we're going to tease this little dub hub. That's going to be kind of part of a fan interaction. It's going to be
okay.
yeah, select group folks. It's kind of like I think we're one of the first teams right now that's doing this interactive engagement.
Yeah.
Games. But I'll tease that maybe in the second quarter.
Okay. Yeah.
Talk a little bit
Speaking of love for Oakland, there's another guy that has some love for Oakland. That's Klay. How often does he talk to you about stuff like that, like Oakland? And I know even like he's doing like meditation now, I guess. What do you know about that, Chuck?
Well, I mean, as far as Oakland, man, I mean, I went to Cal State East Bay, so.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah, so like my cousin lives in Hayward, and he's a diehard like Warriors fan, and my like every time I'd go to Clay's, I'd go to their house. I'd work out with my little cousin because he's up and coming. He goes to St. Joe's. He's gonna be a really good guard. But like Clay's love, like anytime I'd hit him up, I'd be like, yeah, come through. Yeah, I'll sign this for your cousin. Yeah, I'll, like. Any of my people from Hayward, man, like Klay would always show like just mad love for the area, like, I mean, his old crib when he well, I mean, he still has it, but I think he got another place in the city because of the new arena. But
yeah,
his place in the Oakland Hills, like, I mean, you're in the Oakland Hills, and then if you wanted to go down the street to get some street tacos at 1:30 a.m., you were able to do it. And like,
yeah,
that was the love, man. I remember one time we pulled up to the taco place, and they fired up the grill for us because we got there at like 2 a.m. or something. And like, the whole food truck, they fired it up, put the grill back on, and like Klay bought everyone tacos. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen, man. It was pretty badass.
Nice. Food truck tacos with Klay on a random night. That's nuts.
It was awesome, man. Like we were just like at his crib, man, just swimming all day, playing pool basketball, he loves to play pool and ping pong and things like that. And yeah, I mean, you go down the hill and you can get some good tacos, man.
Oh yeah.
There's not too many places where you live where you live in like a nice area where you can go down the street and get, food truck tacos. God bless Oakland.
In Alameda, you guys ever venture off La Pinca Azul, the spot in Alameda?
I'm pretty sure, man. I really don't know any of the names. I know that the food truck we used to go to was always the same one, and they showed mad love. It was right there by Lake Merritt.
Oh, by Lake Merritt, okay. Because another spot is this place called La Pinca Azul, which is in Alameda. I want to say,
okay.
Yeah, it's a late night spot. A lot of Warriors, and they would open late for the Warriors guys all the time. We would go there as staff sometimes, just because it was late night, and they're like, yeah, after a game, it's in Alameda, nice area, it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the East Bay and the Oakland and all that, man, it's off the hook, man. It's still a lot of love. So I love that hat that you got, Rich, with the Oakland and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have that.
I got this from Oakland dish.
Yeah.
Happy they had a few left over. Warriors now down by 8. They came out in a zone real quick and then stopped doing that when the Bucks scored a layup on that one. And there was a offensive bad screen by Marquise. Bryn Forbes hit a 3 from up top. So Steph missed a step back 3, kind of 1-on-1 against Drew.
When did they get Forbes?
Yeah, I know. I don't know when they got Forbes.
That's kind of new, I think.
Yeah, that's a good pickup. So Steph at the line here, so can cut it to 6. They're within striking distance.
Yeah. Much better showing than game 1. We know that. That's for sure. Hey, give us a little bit of hope, man. That's all we need.
they're flowing much better on offensive with this unit.
Yeah.
You know, a couple missed layups, but I mean, considering Steph is still 0 for 4 and you know they're only down like 6.
I'll take that for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a travel. That's a bad call. Your travel.
Careful, Keith. Nice. Hopefully that'll get Steph going here. Little mid range.
Man, I wish they would have done that drag ball screen in secondary break with Draymond.
There we go. 2 for Steph. Pull up.
Mulder. Oh. He has such a quick release, though. It's like,
Yeah. I see what you're talking about now.
dang it. Drew Holiday.
Damn, that's a tough move.
Nice swing. Marquise from up top. Air ball. One's pointing. He's saying one more pass or something.
Yeah. It was a little off balance on that catch.
Yeah. Wide open. Sounds good. Yeah. This is progress. You're not down by 30. Coming out the gate. Or 20. In fact, it's single digits. But let's see what the Bucks do here. Last possession. Also, Wiggins had a nice drive, just couldn't finish. Oh, Mulder, nice. Got a block. Here's Wiggins 101. Come on, baby. Off rim. I feel like with Wiggins, it's always just he has so many tools that it's hard to pick the right one at the right moment. Should have took that guy.
You could almost see him thinking about the move before he starts it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, at least we know it's pretty much all mental for Wiggs.
Yeah.
And let's give him the standard 20 to 25 games to kind of get his feet wet. But yeah, Milwaukee leads by 8 after 1.
I will say for anyone that likes stats, Steph is 1 point away from tying Rick Barry for second most points scored in Warriors franchise history.
Damn.
He ascended to that quick, didn't he?
What?
No, he got that. He got to that number quicker than anyone. Dang.
I kind of almost want to say, dang, Rick Barry racked up the points. Just knowing that Steph racked up some points. I don't even think Rick Barry stayed that many years.
No.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, let's check the comments. What do we got in the comments here? If anything. Merry Christmas to everybody. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I miss those Christmas games, man. Huh, Rich? Those Christmas games.
Oh, yeah.
I miss jerseys.
Oh man, I mean, we would make a huge thing to do the whiteout nights. You know, we'd be all white, or you know, we got all the, you know, we had all the bells and whistles. We had reindeer in the plaza. We had Santa coming through. I mean, it was, you know, yeah, you had to work on Christmas Day. It was kind of nice to get out of family parties too, like the ones that you're like, oh yeah, I gotta leave. I gotta work.
But see, you're Filipino. It's a different level. Filipinos. Like I know.
I had like 4 or 5 parties, and so you know it was tiring.
Yeah, seriously.
It was like
you don't belong to one family when you're Filipino. You belong to like multiple.
You know, I gained like 20 pounds in one day, and so I cut my calories working at the Warriors on Christmas Day. You know, save my belt size, man. Exactly, dude.
Yeah, just the atmosphere there. You know, everybody's in the holiday spirit, and I mean, it's just crowds. Like you look at you look at the game we're watching, and it's just an empty arena, just so weird, like Christmas,
Especially for a Warriors game.
Yeah, and it's been fun. I mean, those games, I tell you, like you said, Rich, everyone's coming in the Christmas spirit. We've
And
got
for the best ones, remember the best one was the Clippers ones. Those two Clippers ones. Oh,
epic battles. Epic.
that's great.
Epic.
Like those were ones where a fight might have broken out with Bogan, right?
Oh, yeah. There was just so much. It was so funny because there was so much I don't know, animosity, but just like that, that heated battle. But it's like on Christmas Day, you're like, I'm gonna show you on national TV. And it got personal a couple times, I feel like it was just like, yeah, let's do this.
And that's the thing, is the crowd loved it. Like they wanted them to fight.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, like the Warriors and Clippers, man, we've been in the bottom dwellers for a long time, and we were just like, all right, who's the best?
Those are some good times. All right, we got Wanamaker, Jordan Poole, Wiggins, Juan, and Looney. Man, Dante's having a game. Sheesh.
You hit
We
that?
didn't expect this.
Yeah.
Did not expect it. Suddenly, the Bucks are up 13.
Yeah, this is not my favorite unit that's out there right now.
Okay, Wiggs, please. Oh, man. It's getting tough. Got swatted by Brooke. Oh, man. Those are tough mental ruts to be in, right, Chuck? I mean, the game is so heavily mental.
Yeah. He's just got to do something else. I mean, I like him going to the rack.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, Klay has been through a few slumps, right? How have you?
Ooh, nice.
I mean, did you talk to him at all?
Nice fake.
During those slumps, and how did you guys deal with that?
That slump was so funny, man, because like Klay had absolutely no idea he was in a slump. Like absolutely no idea. Yeah, that's a good play for Klay. Yeah, that's how funny Klay was. Like everyone was hitting me up. I remember because that was the year.
Positioning by Wiggins to get position there.
That was the year Klay didn't really have an off season because of the finals and Team USA stuff.
Yeah.
So he was really struggling. He used the whole season to kind of get into shape, and he had no idea, like his percentages, his misses, like it was pretty funny.
He played great in that run.
So what was that? Like,
I said he played great in that Olympics run.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Charlie, talk about
the Wiggins that we know.
Talk about people sometimes forget, but going to 5 straight NBA finals and then doing all the stuff in between. I mean, that is, I'm mentally exhausted just hearing about it. You can imagine what these players are going through. I mean, it does add up. I mean, it really does, right? I mean, you're going 5 straight years to the ultimate, right? Talk about that a little bit. It's a long road, and the players feel it.
Well, I mean, you're just it's hard to fathom, man. Like 82 games, is a lot of games, man. Like that by itself is a lot, and then you add all those playoff games, and then the finals, then you add in Team USA stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, man, you haven't had a break in 5 years.
Yep. That's how it felt like.
And it kind of didn't for me because like that meant we didn't get to work out as much, Right. But I remember the 3 or 4 years building up to that, like I talked about it a lot on different podcasts I did, but like Klay wanted to make Team USA. Like when he got called up to try out, he wanted to make it. That was after the Dubs lost to the Clippers in that in that playoff series.
Right. So
And
that's 2014.
yeah, and he was just killing himself, about those losses. So going into Team USA tryouts, like we worked out every single day. I think it was like 36 straight days we worked out.
Wow.
And like it kicked his ass,
That
man.
year would have been what, FIBA?
I'm not sure which one.
If it was 2014, it would have been FIBA.
Yeah. So it had to be that one. But he ended up making the team and coming off the bench and playing big minutes, and then eventually the next year he ended up starting. But like he wasn't even in contention to really make that team. Like he was like the last add-on. I think it was like him and Kenneth Reed, and he made it. And honestly, that making Team USA, it really steamrolled into like his work ethic, his competitiveness, his drive to like be one of the best in the league. And it was pretty special to see the transition. But like he literally, I think those first 2 weeks, you guys remember Sandlot where like Benny the Jet like he hits the ball and the covering comes off of the ball.
Yeah.
Like Klay, he made so many shots that he disintegrated one of the nets. Like it was the craziest shit I've ever seen, man. and like when the net started to rip,
they got to do a commercial with that.
Yeah, when the net started to rip, like me and the guys that like the guys that helped me work out, like they were like, "Oh man, we got to get new nets," and I was like, "Hell no, we're not getting new nets, man. Like I want them to rip this. Like I want them to just totally just tear this net apart." Oh. And it was one of the coolest things, man. He got hot. Like he got crazy hot.
I mean, one of my favorite moments, man, that 37 points. Remember that 37 points, man? In that.
Oh, yeah.
That was January 20. Were you with them that day? When he most points in a quarter, 37, 13 for 13.
No, that was the Sacramento Kings game.
Kings game. Oh, that was crazy seeing him go off. 37 quarter.
I actually think I was in Hayward.
Being in.
Yeah, I think I was in Hayward and I watched it on TV at my cousin's house, and then I met up with him after, and he was super hyped. And that was when everyone was saying he was in the slump.
Yep, exactly, which is so crazy.
I'm telling you, he had no idea. I did 3 podcasts after that game because like everyone was like, "Yo, we want to hear about this," and I was like, "There's nothing to hear." He had no idea. Like,
what was impressive is how many dribbles, the least amount of dribbles in that. 13 for 13. 37. That's crazy.
Yeah,
the last time I remember that Reggie Miller moment. What was that one going way back where he scored like how many in like 5 seconds? Like it was just kind of like, or you're like, how many points did he score?
That was ridiculous.
3 seconds, 5 seconds. Like step back to it. I was like, what the heck? That was on that level where just 37 in 1 quarter is a lot, and unbelievable what he did that day. That was.
And then 60 in 3 quarters.
Man, he could have had 70 easy.
Could have had 70. He should have. Yeah. And that's the crazy thing. A lot of these guys sit out in the 4th quarter. You imagine like Steph or Klay. If they played all 4 quarters, their numbers would be ridiculously just on another level. But it's like 3 quarters.
Well, that's why often they put numbers per 36 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Average it out because guys aren't necessarily playing the same amount of minutes.
I think the coolest part about all those games is like when Steph gets hot, Klay gets hot, or KD would get hot, how they would all just feed off it and just keep trying to find them.
Yeah, those are the best moments, man, at Oracle, especially seeing all that. And they truly are happy for like Klay going off or Steph going off. They're just like, oh, crazy. They're ballistic. I love
Steph and Dre are dancing more for them than they are when they're making shots.
exactly.
Oh, God.
Right. Wiggins recovered again, and this time Wiseman helped out and blocked the shot.
Wiseman,
so Wiseman
man. He's going to be
Wanamaker's
big.
been playing good defense. Yeah. It's great to see Wiseman making an impact.
This was a nice move by Wiggins.
Yeah, soaring.
I remember with that 60-point game, I was the one live tweeting that night.
Oh, nice.
On Twitter, and that was just wild. That, and then I remember that was the exact same game where it was the jump ball tip to Steph, and then he threw it behind him, and KD put it in.
Yeah.
So it was like Klay going off in that game, plus that highlight. That was just an amazing game.
We retweet a lot of highlights, and that game was like 20 of them. Like normally you get about 14's a good number or something. Those were just insane years. I remember with back to Klay. I remember timeout right now. I just 2017 talking about Team USA, and just like sitting with foreign reporters, and we'd just be sitting there, and then they just blurt out all this because they were like, what's a splash? What is a splash? You don't know what splash is? Come on, like his colleague would elbow him. And then we go quiet, and then they go, Klay is unbelievable, man. And really that 2017 one too, man, it was like he was turning heads. He was like, wow, Klay. Everyone was like, he's unbelievable, just shaking their heads. So it's like, feel like he just like you were saying, 2014, and then kicked it into another gear.
Here, man.
I remember
where did all the where did it start? What was the first, like, they had the headband Klay, China Klay. It was just like a thing. What was the first thing that everyone started? There was a something Klay. I mean, it was just hilarious. And it was,
I think China Klay came first.
Klay, which was awesome.
The missed dunk.
The legend and lore of China Klay, man. And then all of a sudden there was headband Klay, and then it was just crazy.
Klay. Yeah.
Imagine had he played that game when he had 14 threes if he played in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that would have been crazy.
Chicago.
It was.
And I believe that was a few games after I saw him it might have been the next game after I saw him in Miami. Because I remember in Miami he had like an all right game by his standards. But then he just went off.
It happens so quick. Like his buckets happen so quick because he doesn't dribble. So, like a lot of people, he doesn't dribble.
He doesn't dribble.
Right.
Yeah.
So like it happens so quick. It's like boom, 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 boom. Like here's a transition shot. Here's and the thing is, like, if you watch him, they'll set down screens early, but teams will have the top guy guarding the down screen, top block him. So Klay will just reject it. He won't use it. He'll go the other way. By that time, the ball gets swinged. Now we have a dribble drive handoff from Steph or from Draymond. And like, they flow so well, man. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Watching them in practice in China with Kevin Durant was unbelievable. I've never seen basketball like that.
Crazy. Oh, that must have been a cool experience to see that. How many days were you guys in China?
I think it was a week. They played 3 exhibitions.
A week, wow, yeah. And you guys went all over China or just a couple spots?
We went to Hong Kong, Shenzhen, and Shanghai.
Oh, nice.
Shanghai was amazing. That was so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, I remember going to
Shanghai. And then just being around Klay, Zaza, and JaVale was awesome, man. Oh, and Swaggy. Swaggy was on that team.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
So tight.
They had that.
Because Zaza and Klay are super close. Like, how did that friendship come about? I mean, during the years, like they just.
It was kind of random. I think but Clay's like the guys we were kind of hanging around with mostly were like rookies and Euro guys like that.
Yeah.
Like he just, the Euro guys aren't too big on anything but like hanging out with family and eating and just joking, especially Zaza. Because I think Caspi was on that trip too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And we were kicking it with Omri pretty well, a lot. And like, what was the other big guy's name? Was it Damian Lee or Damian Jones?
Damian Jones.
Jones. Yeah, he was always around us. And like, JaVale is just clowning all these guys. So we're just like laughing.
Hilarious, man. JaVale.
And then JaVale and Swaggy would always get into it. So they'd be clowning.
You know who else was pretty funny? Was George Niang, right?
That's my guy. I love George Niang.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
He was like, they were lining up to go into the arena, and for some reason it was taking forever. And it was, George was like the life of the party.
He's such a funny dude. Yeah, I still talk to George quite a bit. And I only met him that one time on that trip, but he was hanging out with us a lot too. But yeah, George, they gave him a hard time because he airballed the floater, and I recorded it, and I would just like send it to Klay all the time, and he'd just be making fun of George. It was funny.
That's funny.
Because he was having a pretty good practice, and then he made a really nice move, or I think he kind of shook like either Draymond or KD, and then he shot a floater and airballed it by like 2 feet.
All right. So Wiggins is out and Damian Lee's in. Steph from the corner. Splash. Only down 5.
Hey, we're hanging in, man. That's all we can ask. Let's keep it as close as we can. You may not win at the end. Hopefully they do like turn it around, but at least keep it in, keep it close. But I remember those days at Oracle, man. We would have double digit, we would be down double digits, and man, just a few threes, Klay, we're back in the game, like literally split seconds. Like
that's the thing, yeah.
Not much, 12 points, 15, whatever. We're already in single.
Or down 27 to Toronto, and bam, we're back.
It's just like that.
That game, I remember the Phoenix one where we were down 10, and Steph like had that 3 to like tie it, and he looked away before it even went in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Middleton's kind of doing his thing right now.
Yeah. So first it was Dante. Now Middleton.
Yeah, everyone's kind of being contained. Giannis has 6 points, but Dante and Middleton got 12 and 11.
Yeah. Oh, so one more thing on Klay. You were telling me that Klay's like that rare breed that can go from, petting Rocco, and then the next minute got to go defend Kyrie. Just like he can kind of like go into that locked in mode pretty quickly.
He's got a one of the I would say, like his elite skill is shooting. I get that, but it's very close with how elite he is at being competitive. Like he can just like that, man.
His defense, I just have such joy watching. And the fact he has not made an all defensive team is just
it's disgusting.
I know, but like what the heck? Seriously. That's the thing.
He's easily one of the best two ways in the league, if not the best.
Oh yeah.
It is, especially his range, like the people he guards, man. Like if he was playing against the Nets, he would guard KD and
yeah. No, think about the guys that he would guard. Unbelievable. I don't think he gets enough love on the defensive side. He should.
And that's where people forget. Like, even if he has a bad game, maybe shooting, he's still, because he's guarding like the best player on the other team, it's allowing Steph to guard. He's more of a defensive liability, if you want to say, being a smaller guy, but he lets Steph save that energy so he can use it on the offensive end.
Yeah.
So people forget certain effects that people have on the game other than just scoring.
It doesn't show up on the stat sheets. A lot of those guys, I mean, Draymond Green, another prime example, a lot of his work does not show up on the stats. You know what I mean? All that, some of that work that needs to be done to create
the hockey assists,
I mean, it's really hard to tell on paper what they do day in, day out, but that's why they were so deadly, because they would just create for each other, create opportunities. They, you know, it's just amazing to watch, man. It's that's why I can't wait till Klay gets back, you know, next season, and let's bring it back. But you know, I love the post he put out there, though. You know, on that opening day, he said, hey, my soul is there with these guys. We're gonna, you know, I'm gonna work hard, and that is no doubt, right, Charlie? I mean, he works hard. He puts in the work. He puts in the mental, physical focus. He does not slack. He's all a true warrior all the way. You know?
Like I said, man, his competitive drive is like nothing I've ever seen. The way he turns it on, whether it's ping pong, pool, cards, chess,
he wants to be best.
or guarding Kyrie, man. Like, but it's funny because like he's really, I mean, like you said, Rebecca, like he's really doing it for his teammates. You know, like. He really, like, I'm going to do this for Steph. I'm going to do this for, you know, for these guys. Like, he really puts the weight on his shoulders to not let his teammates down and to guard, you know, like, and that's what I love and respect about him the most. Like Barbosa came to play fives with us when we were working out, and like they were talking. It was so much fun to see them play. Like, I don't know, man. The respect he has for these guys and the respect that they have, that they show for him, like it's transparent, you know. Like you can see the whole thing. You can see it, and that's why it's been such a great organization.
Well, I know for me,
Barbosa versus Klay.
What's that?
Was it Barbosa was guarding Klay?
He guarded him a couple possessions, and then I think they were on the same team for the rest of the day. And let me tell you, Barbosa still has it. He can still play, man. He looked really good.
The blur.
Yeah.
Middleton matches a Damian 3. Warriors still down by 10. Wiseman put back. Beast.
Damn. That is crazy.
I get some
jeez. How quick he went. It makes me think of like the 2K thing, where it's like how fast you can jump after jumping once.
The second jump.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like he went up so fast after he just came down.
And he was completely flat-footed. To dunk that is pretty unbelievable. They might have to get into a set piece.
Wiseman.
Oh shit. That was a bomb.
He's the best player on the Warriors so far. Crazy. He's 19. He's 19.
He's younger than me, if that puts it in perspective. And I'm 20.
Too easy for Drew there.
He hasn't played that much either. He's only played like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
The future looks.
There you go. Come on, Steph.
These young guys, man. This is all we could ask for. We've been wanting a big, you know, a legit big, like, for decades, man. And we got to keep this guy and just keep it going, man. I'm excited to see what Wiseman brings.
God, can't let Covet or
Yeah. But man,
The bright point in this is
Ooh.
Steph is shooting 1 of 6 from 3, and we're only down 11.
yeah.
a lot of points on that. 60 points in the first half. So, Chuck, you said Klay's good at ping pong?
He's pretty good at ping pong, yeah.
Is he, spend a lot of time with the guys from Anta. Does he hold the paddle like this, or, the Chinese way?
Oh yeah.
Nah, he holds it pretty traditional.
Yeah. I was wondering,
Yeah.
maybe he's got some secrets from those people at
Yeah,
Anta.
he's definitely pretty good though.
Yeah.
With pool,
He's-
can you do like that? The little English on it with the ball and the whole nine. He's got
Yeah. He's got some stuff to his serve. He's got a decent backhand.
Wow, Wiseman 2-2 from the line, 4-4 on the day.
Man,
that's
they're making every three. What's the 3-point percentage?
Damn, that was a good D.
For Milwaukee,
Yeah.
they're at 53%. Middleton himself is 4 or 5.
Can't tell. But chances are.
Yeah, Middleton's gonna finish with.
It's really Middleton and DiVincenzo that are. Middleton's 4 or 5 from 3. DiVincenzo's 3 of 5.
Finally, he knew he had to do something.
Steph makes those easy.
Under a minute.
Yeah.
A little momentum.
I do like we're attacking the paint a little better today. Like Wiggins has done that very well today. It's 2 for 1.
Drew is tough, man. What's
Yeah.
Drew's wingspan? It's gotta be crazy.
I think Drew's close to a 7.
It's insane.
6'7".
6'7" wingspan.
Still down 11. No.
We've had some that just trickle off. That's how it
Good
goes.
Lord. Can't get a board. No choice but to foul Giannis.
Quick that thing, baby, quick.
Giannis, his arms are so long. Good hard foul. That's what you got to do on him.
The Warriors. This is the longest we've had. Like the length that we have on this team, right? This is pretty much the lengthiest team we've had in the last 6-7, right? With all these guys.
Yeah.
Wingspan.
You
I don't know.
include Bazemore, who, by the way, hasn't checked in yet.
Did Bazemore
Yeah, I was
check?
thinking, I'm wondering about that a little bit.
Because Bazemore's got length. He's there talking to Draymond right now and laughing. So, gotta assume he's. I don't know. Probably would have seen the tweet if he was inactive.
Well, he doesn't have his mask on, so that probably means he's active.
Oh no. Brooke Lopez. Gotta put that.
This Giannis streak is gonna get out of control this year.
That looked like it was still in the ceiling.
Steph from downtown. Yes. 1.3. Got it back to respectability here. 10
Jeez.
points.
Wow.
That's what Steph
Nice
calls the
behind
big
the
Mo.
back.
The big
Drew shot
Mo
that
is
left-handed.
Bob McKillop.
Who's the one that
Give some
threw
more
that towel in the air after Steph hit that? Someone just launched their towel. It's taking me a little bit to get used to Steph's hair right now.
Oh,
It's so different.
that's the COVID look right there. Grew it out and said, let's put some braids on it. Let's get a fresh look.
Tighten it up.
I just love that video of Jimmy Butler getting his first haircut after the bubble.
Oh yeah, remember that? That's cool.
And then Bam Adebayo's still rocking his COVID fro.
I love Bam. Bam had a good game today, didn't he?
He played better the last game, but he ultimately played well today. Dragic was really the best for them today. There's a highlight, I'm sure, that's gonna be on ESPN's top 10 of of just like the craziest behind the back dribble, and then the hanging switch hands layup all in the same attempt. It was insane.
Well, guys, hey, I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I do have to hop off. Got some family stuff going on, but I'm really excited about this season. And, one thing I do want to tell all the fans out there, I mean, we're going to try to make it as immersive and engaging as possible with what we have. And so I'm pretty excited to be a part of this kind of Dub Hub experience, which is going to be pretty cool. It'll give opportunities, for fans to have like these basically be at the game. There's these virtual LED boards that you'll see, and the Warriors are like the first ones to do it. And it's going to be awesome. They're going to give them like player tunnel views. There's going to be like some LED screens there so they can actually see like players coming out. They can go backstage, they can go on the court, they can get, win prizes and engagements and things like that. So it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's about like 120 people, but there's going to be opportunities for fans to get in on the game and be a part of it, literally on an LED screen. And it's better than those cardboard cutouts, man. This is taking it to another level. This is actually interactive, and you get to talk to them. They get to see what's going on. They get perspective from every angle, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So be on the lookout for that, Dub Nation. But great to meet you, Charlie and Rebecca. And
thanks for being here.
Let's go Dubs. Let's do it. It's going to be a short.
Right, thanks.
Still, we got a lot of basketball. It's just the start. So I'm excited to see what transpires. But have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And I'll be on January 1st, my first official home game. So I'll be
good.
Awesome.
All right.
Appreciate you. Nice meeting you.
Wow. It's cool to hear your experience at Chase for that. Cool.
It'll be fun.
All right. Take care, Franco. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right.
It's gonna be an interesting experience, eh?
Yeah, I actually have seen the photo. I tweeted that out at in the players' tunnel.
Mm-hmm. It looks
Running up
really
the court.
interesting.
So like high tech's, like Blade Runner-ish.
This has been an insane year. That's all I can say.
Crazy. I was sneaking into gyms for a whole year, basically.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine. I've
That
got
was nuts.
texts of like, hey, do you know, since the league isn't going on, do you know where we can just go in the gym at all? And like, I truly don't. So I don't know how bad it is for guys. I've just, we'll start the league whenever, we'll start our men's rec league back up, whenever, society and the government figures it out. We're in no hurry. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of out of shape, regular people.
Yeah.
Chuck, you probably train some other pros that are kind of caught in between, right? Like,
Yeah, it's a weird time.
Yeah.
Super weird time. Like the G League guys, and like fringe, like two-way guys. I mean, they're just like they didn't even know. I mean, I think Shams just tweeted out what they're planning on doing for the G League, but up until then, I don't know why. I kept telling my guys, I'm like, yo, go overseas, man, go make some money.
Right. Yeah.
It was just so unpredictable what they were going to do and how they were planning on doing it. Like, I mean, Nico Mannion, for instance, I would have went to Europe, made some money, played instead of sitting on the bench here and then come back because the Warriors still have his rights anyway, But yeah, I mean those guys, and then the college seniors, like it's really tough on them.
That's a hard one because like I don't know if the Warriors would necessarily want him to do that because of COVID. You have players that might miss games, so you need to have that depth on your roster this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it with Houston in that they didn't have 8 players.
Yeah, but like my thing with that was like to go right before the draft. Like try to go play like for those 2 to 3 months before the draft and then come back and then, jump on this roster and do what he's doing now. But I just think that experience, like that's what a lot of guys did during the 2011 lockout year, like Kyle Singler and, a lot of them, they went to go play in Europe just because they didn't know when the league was going to start and they wanted to play and start their professional career.
Who's Sal LA comments? What's up? Said Rich. I don't know who you are. But good to see the support out there. Yeah. The whole Jeremy Lin saga, mini saga, that was interesting. But now he gets a chance to go back to the G League where he seemingly wanted to go because there's this new rule where you can pick up a veteran. So might work out for him, depending, assuming that's what he wants to do. But yeah, most of the insiders that I know, NBA agents and whatnot, they are having their guys just go overseas, make some money while you're waiting around, sort of. I mean, while the rest of the people out here are waiting around for G League to start or whatnot, might as well go do that and then, come back at some point during the NBA season.
Yeah, I hope it works out for those guys, man. It's kind of crazy. Like you see guys like Duncan Robinson that did the G League and now they're like starting and making a career. And there's potential guys out there that could have done the same, but this COVID thing just twisted it all up.
I'm gonna pull a Jordan Poole. Yesterday he was I've been up since 5.
COVID thing's a mess.
Jordan Poole was like just we had the Zoom session yesterday after practice and he was just snacking like this. Snacking away. That was funny.
Have you guys been in the new practice facility, like right in the arena?
Yeah, I have.
Pretty cool.
Chase is just so modern. It's just like it's the best arena on the planet.
Yeah.
And not just for the players, because they get to walk down and it's the practice facilities right there, and then the weight room, and like, yeah, you can spend the whole day there. And then they got the chef, and then the whirlpool, and everything that you could need as an athlete is right there. But you go back to the main court, and Chase itself is just every angle, every seat that you sit in has a good angle, like. Yeah. And then the acoustics, so like everything, sight and sound, and then the food. We were just talking about that. Who was talking about that? Anyways, we were talking about how. It was on our Discord server. Somebody was like, "Does the food at Chase any good?" And then I thought about it. You know what? It's probably the best food at an arena that you can get on the planet right now. Jeez. If you're a meat lover, they got you covered. Like all this gourmet hamburgers that are, have a nice portion of greens with it, wheat bun if you want that, and all sorts of. I don't eat meat, so I don't really. I didn't look at the menu, but there's some special things you can buy there. Of course, they're pricier, but they're just really tasty.
They have those options.
Yeah. And the backdrop I got behind me is Fiserv Forum. Now that's a modern arena, but it is nothing compared to taste. I mean, so Fiserv is really nice because I think where the players enter the court, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. They have to go through like the VIP lounge, so it's kind of cool that you're really close with the players and everything. And every arena is different like that. So I think that's kind of what makes Fiserv a little different, and it's modern. Like you go down a corridor, it probably leads to somewhere important, not like older arenas where you can just get lost. And then, but Chase is just the fact that that practice facility has everything you need, and then like the coaches are up on the balcony and they can look down, and it's like such a great place because it's centrally located. So you go to their practice and you go there to play your game. So it's like that's a huge selling point, I would think, for a free agent to come in, and that's kind of your basketball lifestyle. It's top.
Yeah.
Can't beat it. Also, they have a recreational area that they sort of created for the mini bubble, the mini camp. So now they got that as well, and that you can play ping pong, and I'm sure Klay was very competitive when they played, I'm sure. So they even have that now, and it's just, man, everything about that arena is just all you need. So, yeah, if you get a chance, definitely go. It's one of those special experiences for fans and trainers like you and guests of players. It's just incredible. And I haven't even talked about the VIP areas. There's like secret access tunnels to various VIP lounges. There's one named after JP Morgan, and then there's another one for another big sponsor, whatever it may be. I want to say Kaiser, maybe not. United. I think there's a United club. Oh man, it's insane. And then the suites that they have, they sort of copied the Madison Square Garden model and then went crazy on it, where they have these courtside cameras. So the cameras are courtside for you, and if you purchase the suite for literally $1 million at this one game, you get to have I think it's 16 people, but 12 of them can sit in the courtside seats. And so if you're one of the four that are not sitting there, you go into the VIP lounge, which is like just a really fancy, like hotel room type thing. Well, without beds, but like a bar. And then the screen, the whole wall are LED screens of that camera courtside as if you were sitting there. So like you're not missing anything kind of thing. Just blows my mind.
So they really did it the right way.
So it's $1 million for one game?
Oh, my bad. Probably the whole season. I'm sorry. Yeah,
okay.
That's way off the scale. But it is $1 million. Just $1 million for what? Okay, the whole season. Yeah. So it's what?
41 games.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just haven't eaten anything since I woke up. Are we back on action?
No.
35% field goals for the Warriors. 8 for 29 on threes. Oh man. Only 3 turnovers. Not that.
I'm gonna
I
use
just
the
got
restroom for a sec.
No worries.
I just got a notification that Donovan Mitchell tweeted out, Wiseman is tough, gonna be a problem.
Nice. Oh, we got to retweet that. All right. Okay, now we started. Drew Holiday, man. He is a problem. Man. But I like what the Bucks did in just getting him. What a pickup.
Kelly Oubre's had a few moments where he's almost had a steal.
No foul.
And
good job by Wiggins to stop Giannis on the break. Finish, Wiseman. No. Yeah. Oh, well, Giannis isn't going to miss that one. Down 14. Oh, no. Wiseman, offensive foul on post-up. I'm not sure what that was, but.
You've got a little bit on me. Where was the... Did he hook him?
Well, Steve Kerr said that one problem on defense was physicality. Yeah, they're not showing any physicality. Nice help defense by Wiggins to tap it away from Brook. There we go. Kelly. Quick offense. Nice lead pass by Steph. Can this spark us? Let's see.
Jeez, Kelly. He got up on that.
Middleton trips. Let's go. Turnover. Need this momentum. Drew's doing a good job with Steph.
My dog's trying to make an appearance.
Wiggins, nice putback. Need a stop. Wiseman on Giannis. Giannis pulls up. No good. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh. Steph could have had him that way. Oh. Okay. Wiggins. No. That's where it's like, man, if we only had Klay, it had. Shoot. Giannis to the line. Milwaukee up 10.
They have been fouling Giannis hard and preventing the and one, which I do appreciate.
Yeah. Giannis makes both. Warriors down 12.
Yeah, but I'd rather put him at the line. It's 5 of 12 on the day.
There you go. Steph got the attention there, dished it into Pascal.
It's a good finish.
Pascal with the power. Oh, okay, Wiseman. Good defense on Giannis. Total disruption. Bucks throw it away.
Wiseman's got a long wingspan. Or what his is. Nice defense there by Oubre to get in the...
I think he's got a 7.5, I think. Good.
Pick and roll for Wiggins.
7-6.
Nice.
7-6.
Way to finish that one, Wiggs. Lefty.
There we go.
He's another stop. 8 points. Dante stays hot. How many points does Dante have?
See, that's where he's been better tonight, Wiggins. He's not made all of them, but he's been driving.
Go Steph. Back rim.
DiVincenzo has 13.
Yeah. Goaltending on Pascal. I guess I should just pull up NBA.com. Timeout on the floor. All right, I'll be right back.
Just in case anyone wants an update, Warriors still shooting at 26% from 3, 36% overall, and somehow within 10. I think that's where the only 4 turnovers come in. Not too behind on the glass, 30 to 35. Only have assisted on half of our field goals, which is a little odd for us, but the new team. Well, Milwaukee's at 43% from 3, 50% overall, with 9 turnovers. We've been doing really well, to be honest. We just got to keep Middleton check, really.
They've done a much better job with defensive transition. They got killed against the Nets getting back on defense.
Hey, Chuck. So
yeah,
as you were working with Klay this off season, what aspects of his game did you guys add or adjust or whatever?
Yeah, we knew he would have to pick up kind of like the scoring slack.
Yeah.
So like predominantly they would run a play called 45, which was like 2 dribble handoffs and then a middle ball screen for Klay. So we worked on him just kind of different passing. He's always a really good passer off of a down screen, but he hadn't really had the ball to like come off of a pick and roll.
Yeah.
So we worked on different kinds of passes. I wanted him to kind of expand, that. We always work on his post stuff, his footwork every day. And then his finishing off the dribble, that was always like something that we both we really work together. It's like, hey, what do you want to work on today? Like, how are you feeling? And we kind of like come into a compromise, as like a team. Like, all right, he wants to do finishing, cool. We're gonna do finishing on the left side. We're gonna do some finishing on the right side. We're gonna do some step through finishes, footwork, and I don't know. I love working with him just because we can do stuff like that. Like we can always agree or disagree and take something out and add something in. But a lot of it was, pick and roll stuff, him being on the ball a little bit more, ball handling, and then making some passes. Because everything else, I mean, he has such a good foundation for his fundamentals, where you don't really have to kind of add fundamental stuff that you usually have to add with like someone that's been in the league for like 2 to 3 years,
Yeah.
So
when it comes to his jump shot, did you really have to work on that with him, or did that pretty much come in with him, like the form and all of that?
Yeah, no, he honestly, I think his form has kind of it's the ball's moved from the center of his face to more of the right side. And I never really talked to him about that, but I think it was something that, like, him working with Nash a lot. Nash is Steve Nash is big on balance and pulling the ball straight up from your hip. So
I wish I'd known that when I played, because I've always been in the middle, right?
Well, I think honestly, like if you look at his form when he was, like a rookie and coming up until they I think they hired Nash, coming straight up the middle is pretty much what it's supposed to look like. He's gotten a little bit wider on his base and a little bit over to the side a little bit more, but he shoots the same percentage. So, like, I'm not going to tell him, like, hey, you should come over to the middle.
I mean, if Steve Nash is telling you try this, whoa.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that's
so
just.
To answer Rebecca's question, I mean, like, his shot, I never messed with. I didn't want to be the guy that messed with Klay's shot, and all of a sudden now he's shooting worse. But he's very particular about how he shoots, and I've never seen someone adjust on made shots like he does. Like, most people adjust off of makes or off of misses. Like, he'll adjust off of makes. Like if he's hitting back rim down, he wants to hit the center and down. He wants to swish, and he's constantly doing it when he's shooting or when we're doing drills. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Most people will miss 2 in a row back rim and then they'll adjust, and he's adjusting off of makes, which is why he's such a great shooter. Like, he doesn't wait for any slippage. There's really no slippage. He's just always making a little adjustment.
Now, when did he start, I guess, to work on improving, like, his range? Because, we saw kind of Steph do that before, but, like, now, he's shooting from the hash mark.
Yeah. We always finish with transition shooting. And I'd say I think there's 5 spots that we do that we always would finish where you got to make 3 in a row, and they're pretty deep bombs, like from the logo or the coach's box or the top of the circle, like the jump ball circle. And really, I mean, because the workouts would get super stale because he's such a good shooter from 24 or 25 feet. So at one point I implemented a lot of banks. I think it was like the 2015-16 season, where he would do 5 spots and he would have to bank 5 in a row from the break, the wing, the slot, the point, the break, the slot, and the break. And then the corners he wouldn't bank because he can't bank from the corner. But it was something I saw Kobe Bryant do when I first started training. And, having to bank from that deep, you have to have a lot of touch on your shot. But it also expands your range. So I think, like, he's kind of made a progression, and especially with him this year, I thought it was really going to help him because he was going to be on the ball a little bit more in transition, and he made some shots in pickup that were pretty deep off the dribble, man. That were, like, it was crazy impressive. I mean, I
remember in his last game, in that finals game, there was one that he just pulled up from, like, right near the logo and had that just, it was insane how he was playing that game.
He shoots it so easy, and he doesn't use that much of his legs to get the shot off. He doesn't use that to get an extra burst into a shot. And it's it's like,
because it's interesting watching his form versus Steph's.
Yeah.
Move that by Steph.
Yeah, that was a nice move. Yeah, Steph is smaller and does, he doesn't have the strength that Klay does. And predominantly Steph shoots off the bounce more. So he uses his dribble to give him momentum into his shot. Whereas Klay can pretty much shoot from any standpoint, any position, anywhere he's at, whether he's standing up tall or sitting in a stance or the ball's passed low or high or wherever. Stuff like that would kind of throw someone like Steph off, like a smaller guy. But and plus Steph has to use one motion to shoot. He can't have any wasted motion. Whereas like Klay can just catch it here and shoot. Because of how big
that's
Tommy
true.
is.
Rebound.
Now, did he come in with like kind of like, I know he's obviously a great 3-point shooter, but his mid-range is really kind of underrated. Did you kind of emphasize working on that because he was already really good shooting from 3, or was it more?
He already was really good at shooting like one dribble pull-ups and those kind of shots, separation moves. What I tried to do mainly, once he stepped up his defensive game and he started guarding guys like Kyrie, that created a cross switch and transition to where now Kyrie would have to guard Klay. So when Steve Kerr started posting him a lot, that's when we really worked on his post game. And I wanted to like really make sure. And then Klay enjoyed it too. That was like the special part. Like he really had fun posting people up and like we would work out with his brother Mikey, who's just as big as Klay, and then we would usually finish with them playing one-on-one in the post. After we would work on some of the post stuff. That was a good take by Pascal.
Sure.
Yeah, for the and one.
But yeah, the mid range and the post. I mean, once he was able to guard and take some of those point guards defensively, they created a cross switch for him, and then Kerr would have him post, and that really elevated him to create those mismatches.
All right, Bucks up 13.
Yeah, because he's just so interesting to watch the progression he's made.
Yeah, it's been really special. It's been fun to see firsthand. Like I've
up and under by Young.
Yeah. I mean, having one of the best seats in the house to watch Klay is pretty fun.
Yikes. Oubre's off.
Damn. Yeah.
Hey, Middleton is on.
Yeah, Oubre and Wiggins taking some ill-advised shots. Trying things that they're just not there with.
Sheesh. This is a bad little slump for them.
And another 3 by the Bucks. Sheesh.
That was a 2. They called that a 3?
Oh, maybe it was a 2. I didn't see it, but Milwaukee's up 20 just like that.
Dang, I forgot they got Bobby Portis.
Yeah. Got pretty good pieces.
Oh, that exploded quick.
He's played.
Yeah. Exploded quickly.
Does not help that we're shooting 23% free. Like, in my opinion, Steph should not have just 14 shots at this point.
Who's that?
Like, Steph only has 14 shots on the game. Wiggins has 16 and Oubre has 10. Like, your best player should not just have 14 shots. Especially when Wiggins is 6 of 16 and Oubre is 1 of 10.
Yeah, I think, Steph wants to get him involved. But assuming this
I mean, he
doesn't
has
get away
6
too
assists,
quickly.
like, still.
I don't know about you guys, but I want to see Wiseman play more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's only played 17 minutes. I think we could use a little Bazemore, in my opinion. Add another scorer to the mix.
Well,
they
guess
tried
what
to, I
he's
think, bring him older.
Bazemore.
It's a travel.
Oh, there's Bazemore. Called it.
That was crazy defense.
Curry, Bowler,
Right there.
Bazemore, Juan, and Looney. Giannis on the bench. 3-3.
Yeah, we really have to take advantage of Giannis being on the bench if we want to get back in this at all.
Nice board by Looney. Nice. Got it in there.
Also, Rich, did you see the mic'd up Draymond
The what?
from earlier in the game?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I haven't been following our Twitter.
Steph with the turnover.
Yeah,
No.
they're double teaming him.
Down 20.
Dude, Looney, get out of the way and say, gosh, man.
Gotta say, those Curry 8s look nice.
I had a Chinese New Year ones.
Yeah, I like the hat he good slip. I like the Curry hat that he wore in to the arena.
How is that? I swear, you could throw Steph on the ground and, like, it's not a foul.
Oh. Bazemore just got swatted.
Now, I know, Rich, you're not huge on debating foul calls and everything, and that's not what I want to say. I just want to say that I wish there was consistency. That if it's a foul for James Harden,
I definitely agree that
Steph
doesn't get any MVP call.
No, not at all. And
tough to deal with.
Yeah, obviously they're gonna make mistakes and stuff, but to the point where he gets thrown on the ground and held every possession. I mean, they hold Klay too.
Shooting 50%.
Yeah, Klay doesn't get any calls for as many threes as he makes. He doesn't get any and-one threes.
It's because he's so tall that he's shooting it above them.
He still gets kicked a lot in the feet like a lot of other people do.
Yeah, and that's my issue. Like, Harden would get that call on every basket.
Yep.
So it's just the lack of consistency, I think, that bothers me. Oh, good hustle.
Yep.
By Juan there. Oof, this blew up fast. Down 23.
Yeah, DJ hit that three.
And, the defense hasn't been bad. It's been offensive rebounds, and we can't shoot. We've had good looks. We're just not making it.
Finally, Mulder hits a three. At long last. There was a lid on that rim for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Oh,
Switch.
late with.
What was that? Good pass, Bazemore.
See, like you could see that exact play on the other end, and it's not called. That's my issue. It's just lack of consistency.
I don't know. I think I just got the coach's mentality. Well, certain coaches just move on to the next play. I mean, I'll go politic with the ref.
And that makes sense.
There's nothing you can do about it.
I hate that.
Torres, come on, man.
Well, there you can see off-ball foul by 24 on Steph, but they're just that's Connaughton. They just don't call that, especially for Steph.
No, not for Steph.
He was when Connaughton was riding him off the screen.
Yeah, he put a forearm in Steph's back.
And just like held on to him.
Not held on, just put a forearm to his back, which that's not legal.
Yeah.
So I know if I'm Steph, that pisses me off.
Right.
But that's the thing, Steph isn't going to be like CP3 about it. You know, so.
And
I get it. That's just, it's something overall that the league needs.
24 points.
Shoot, I thought he made that.
Well, actually, I mean, the league is trying to make refs more like robots, which I'm not sure I'm totally for, because I kind of like the Dick Bavetta ones where you could talk to them and just kind of do that. So I think they're trying, but I don't know if they'll get it right as long as Steph is still wearing an NBA uniform. Those take time to fix those things. I just feel like some of it's just like human condition, like, oh, he's a small guy and you just don't notice that. But you figure, a guy wins 2 MVPs, he deserves a look at.
You think they also would learn a player's like what they do, like almost scout them. Like with Iguodala, we've seen over time that they know that when he swipes down a lot on steals, it's clean. Because they've like learned over time that that's how he does it and that he does it properly. I just don't see them doing that with Steph.
Well, I'm just, there's not much you can do about it. I don't know what the solution is.
Yeah, it's just frustrating.
Win more games and, act more of a bully, or, maybe flop a little more. I don't know what the answer is. But yeah, clearly Harden gets a lot more calls than Steph does. And like I just don't know what it would take to get that ref to call that forearm in the back as Steph is like, setting a pick that's crucial to that play. I think they just basically need to win more first. And
we haven't really seen much Mark Chris so far this half, and he actually played pretty well in the first half.
Yeah, I liked that second unit he went in with. I thought they had a good flow in the second quarter.
Wanamaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, hit that 3 too.
Steve's just trying to figure out
Jordan Cole.
Exactly. Yeah. He even said that yesterday. He's like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I played 11 guys in the first half of Brooklyn just to kind of figure out what our rotations are. So he's experimenting here and there.
Like,
so it's
And then everything's gonna change once Draymond's back.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Like Kevon Looney played 11 minutes today. I'm pretty sure last game he played like 25 minutes.
Yeah. All of that kind of goes to Mike Brown in the spreadsheets. Sure, there's reams and reams of paper. But got Wanamaker back in. Wanamaker, Damian, Poole, Wiggins, and Marquise. So Wiggins is the 4.
Good slip.
Down 24.
Oh look, here's the lineup we were just talking about.
Yep.
Man, I just
see if they can do anything.
What are the comments on YouTube going to be for the next couple of days? At least it's only going to be 2 days or 1 day in between. Because they're definitely playing better than they did in Brooklyn, but the result is still 20 plus. Wiggins, no good. Yeah.
Shooting on the way down.
So, I mean, yeah, there's just that frustration that they'll get that kind of call. Kind of looks like a bailout call. I just don't know what you do about it. Yeah.
That's an awful call. I mean, it's basically a turnover.
And then DJ Augustin 3 off of that.
Sheesh.
So they are now 12 for 27 as the box score is updated. 44% threes. 12 for 27. Meanwhile,
And
the Warriors are
at
9 for 28. Yeah, 23%. Again, Bryn Forbes. So that's 13 for 28.
That's terrible transition defense by Wiggins.
It's Giannis. No call. And it's one of those JV versus varsity thing where we're not going to get any calls. So we look at the JV team.
DJ, come on.
Jordan Poole 3? No. Got that lid on the rim again. 34% shooting.
Yeah.
DJ Augustine, man.
My dog wants to join the live stream.
Time out. This is getting out of hand. Oh my goodness. 109.76. This has become worse than Brooklyn.
Sheesh.
Kelly Oubre is 1 for 10. 4 for 5 for threes. Wiggins 6 for 17, 0 for 4. Steph is 6 for 17, 2 for 10. 6 assists.
So you gotta assume that that's not gonna hold up. Like going into other games. Who do we have next? The Bulls?
Well, yeah, the Bulls won't do that. Detroit's not supposed to, so playing a couple of weeks.
So we need see, that's the problem. They scheduled really tough games to start the season that when you have a team that hasn't played together at all, you can't figure it out.
I mean, it's just like, Chuck, you've played in plenty of amateur tournaments, right? When you submit your team, you go in there, and the first 2 pool games you're playing against 2 of the toughest teams. That's how it goes, unfortunately.
I mean, you just gotta You got to figure just for ratings, they're like the NBA is going to do that. You don't get a Christmas game unless you're one of the top teams, and they're not just going to.
Yeah, Brooklyn too.
I always thought Christmas was just basketball and Thanksgiving was football. Because there's like NFL games today.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, really? Yeah, the NFL's kind of going, we do whatever we want.
Yeah, they need the ratings. They need games. They also don't have 82 games a year.
Giannis with the standard 15 and 13. And locking double. Middleton is 31 points.
Yeah, those are the things that are killing. Like DiVincenzo with 13.
Yeah, 13 on 5 of 8.
DJ Augustine with 13. Forbes with 8.
Yeah, they got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys in double figures. Oh, man. 9 guys in double figures. Wow.
I wouldn't doubt if.
Well, after the Brooklyn game, Steve Kerr was like, he was asked, is this one of those games where you just burn the tape? No, actually, we're going to watch a whole lot of tape. And then they watched 35 clips from the Brooklyn game. Well, maybe today's throwaway burned some of this tape. All right, we're back. Haskell is in for Wiggins.
Good back cut.
One open 3, no good. Probably have this squad just play some good defense, play some good basketball. Sure enough, score a runner.
That's a tough shot, though.
Yeah. Nice. Craig, I forgot they had Torrey Craig. Sheesh. It's not bad. It's not a bad bench.
No, their bench is pretty good.
I was really disappointed with them in the bubble.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that. Who knocked them out? The Heat?
Yeah, as someone that lives in Miami, I did not mind their bubble performance.
Who's number 9 on the Bucks?
Is that Torrey Craig?
No, he's 3. Not any of those bench players. So.
Yeah, I was wondering who 13 was.
Probably DJ. Yeah.
Like who shot that?
I missed that one.
I don't know. I can't tell who number 13 is.
13 is oh yeah, 43. Okay, so all these guys are playing now. They're up to 30. Could have got that wrong.
What was that, a 12-0 run?
Manassas? Yeah. Okay, so 9 is Wilson Jr. You can see the junior on the jersey.
Okay.
43, is that Giannis' brother?
Is it?
13 is Bryn Forbes.
Yeah. Wait.
Man.
Forbes is 13?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jordan Nora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig's number 3.
Yeah. Gabe, one of our other YouTube live guys, he really liked Nora coming out of the draft.
Really?
Yeah, just as kind of a late round 3-and-D guy.
Where's he from? I don't even remember.
Oh, Bobby Torres. Duh. Number 9, Bobby. I can't remember. I was like, okay, Gabe, you handle all the, late round 3-and-D guys. I'm just gonna concentrate
Which person?
on the numbers. Oh,
Nora?
they're Nora, number 13.
He's from Louisville.
He totally looks like a Louisville guy. That's funny.
They have a lot of 3-and-D lanky guys.
Just kind of like his hair and his style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he looks like that kid that was in that FBI investigation. I can't remember his name.
Want to make her steal. Okay, Wiseman's back in. 7.5 to go in the fourth. 1. YouTube commenters got to be too tired to comment on this, right? They're done. Should be done by now.
What? How did they give him that call?
He kicked his leg out.
Okay, I'm looking at the comments now. And I don't mean the comments for the live. I mean the comments for like the videos that I'll post, like for Curve. And then they'll get mad at Curve, get mad at Wiggins, and say some crazy stuff. But yeah, Daniel, dang, I thought Brooklyn game was bad. Yep.
No, I think this is a little better. They're putting in more effort today.
Yeah, it is. You're right. We're kind of exaggerating.
And they stuck in with a really good team until the third quarter.
I think on paper this just looked really bad if you didn't watch the whole game.
Got the best stroke tonight.
Yeah, what's he, 3 or 4?
By far the best player for the Warriors so far.
Wiseman's just going off.
Or Keith and Wiseman.
Wiseman's 3 of 3 from 3 points. He's 17 points, 3 of 3 on 3, 4 of 4 from the line, 5 of 7 overall.
Yeah,
Come on, Jordan.
Plus 2 blocks,
Oh my
4
goodness.
rebounds.
Refs want to go home.
Jordan Poole should have just fouled him right there.
Pretty much over. Let's see. Wiseman number 6. Oh, I'm behind. He has 3, so he's 5 to 7. Yeah, refresh NBA box scores now. Yeah, 43 is Giannis' brother.
Yeah.
Holy
I think-
smokes, Jordan Dwara. Man, Gabe, you were right. Gabe is watching. Holy smokes. What pick?
That was a quick 3. It was a runaway too.
Dwara. No. Oh, thank God. I missed that one.
That's what Wiseman needs to work on.
Yeah.
The push shot?
Yeah, like a short roll floater.
Yeah.
That's got to be automatic if he wants to be an all-star.
We were doing so much better rebounding in the first half.
Jordan Nwora was the 45th pick. Oh, my goodness.
Not the shot we wanted.
A dunk for Giannis, bro. I'm happy.
Ooh.
This has gotten ugly quickly.
Is that
We are
Giannis's brother? I think so.
We are down 4.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Thanasis?
Thanasis. Oh,
Oof, this one hurt.
Thanks
At
for
least this one isn't KD doing it to us.
Oh, Chuck took a break.
We are at 30 of 90.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and the Bucks are at 46 of 84. But they have
We are
more.
10 for 43 from 3. So
Not too bad at the line.
$17 for 20 on the line.
See, they just, at a point, I was looking at it at the beginning of the third quarter, and we actually had more rebounds than them. But now it's 31 rebounds for us, 46. Oh, sorry, that's just defensive. 40 for us and 56 for them. And we only have 13 assists
nine
compared to
turnovers.
10 turnovers.
How was it 10 down? Yeah. 10 turnovers. 13 assists from 30 made field goals. It's so un-Kerr-like. But yeah, people are clamoring for we need shooting. I don't know. Let's get past. Let's get back home. 2 more games on the road. We'll have to just see if things are really this bad. After we play a couple sucky teams. Yeah, Nico Mannion is not active because he's the 16th player, and to really dig into the niche diehard Dub Nation details, Alan Smailagic has been injured of late. He has the right knee contusion of some sort, I guess it is, but he hasn't been practicing. So that's another roster update. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
He's
6,
listed,
7, 8.
yeah, for right knee soreness.
13 guys have played tonight. Get 15, right? Why not activate Nico then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13. You can have 15 active, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 or 14.
But isn't Nico as a two-way only given a certain number of games a year?
Oh, right. Okay, so maybe they'll save him. Maybe that's why. Figure, why activate him from Milwaukee when later on, you never know with COVID, you might need him later on. So that's why he's played 13 this game.
Did you know that Nico's dad was drafted and played for the Warriors?
I mean, I knew when Warriors PR told us and they had the press conference, but no, I didn't know that beforehand. I mean, I'd had heard of the name, but just, didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Dude, who is this guy with the ball? I don't know any of these guys on this Bucks team.
Yeah. Wiseman, that's a block, right? Chalk it up. Let's check the stats.
For 15 is Sam Merrill.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I was looking for. He's not on the NBA app yet.
I'm on the ESPN page.
I think Wiseman got a block for that.
Wanamaker. See, this lineup needed more. Like, Wanamaker has been actually really had some really good positive things.
You always know I don't do these numbers. Damn it. They're doing the Klay Kelly.
Your guy. That's the Chuck Torres graphic.
That's
Oh, don't show that graphic.
that's
No,
what I'm saying. Wiseman. Ball.
Nice pass though, but cool there. Shoot it.
Bound to go in. You're wearing a blue jersey.
Damn, DJ.
Oof.
Oh man, Wiseman didn't get a block for that one.
Nice touch by Poole. Now, I wanted to ask also another question about Klay.
Sure.
Has he worked on his dunks with you? Because I know he and Zaza had a little thing going.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, I mean, when he was because he was coming off surgery and he had to test out his knee a lot, he was doing a lot more dunking this offseason. He honestly looked way more athletic than I'd seen him in the past 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, so that was one of the bummers when he went down. It was like, dang, he looked so much more athletic off of 2 feet.
Jesus.
So.
I swear to God, they have a magnet on the ball in the basket. They're at 19 of 36, 51% on 3.
Until you see the next one.
Oh, 20 of 37 now. We are 10 of 34.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, jeez. Again?
This is so ugly.
At this point, just stop.
Yeah, stop.
Like, must you keep just, like, use the shot clock? Do they call it a block or a charge?
I would hope. Yeah. All right. 2 minutes to go. We'll probably just wrap it up right after. Wiseman for 3. Air ball. But just in case this game runs out pretty quickly, thanks, Chuck, for we got Kevin Durant next. Tough pass up. And that's Celtics. But,
Yeah, no problem, man. It was a pleasure. Love to do it again whenever you guys want me.
Yeah, and get well. Had to battle through that COVID.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, and thank you for answering all my Klay questions.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. Do you have any more? We got a minute left. Let's see.
Dang.
I think you.
Huh? I told you guys I worked out Klay and Kevin Durant during the offseason too, right?
Oh, did you? I didn't know
This
about
year?
KD.
Yeah, It was pretty cool.
Sure.
I guess it's a good thing when Steph's still smiling on the bench. We'll let Wiseman post up there.
I want to see that battle right there.
It must be great to.
What did they?
I mean, I got to see. Can you hear me all right? I got to see KD up close working out, but it's just special to see him work on his craft.
It is incredible. It's like
I remember the few times that I've seen him, I just remember how tall he was.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a short person, but just how tall he was in general.
Yeah, he's during the 2011 lockout, I went to the Philippines with Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kobe, Derrick Rose off his MVP year. It was
Wow.
amazing. And JaVale McGee
Wow.
went. And I have the picture somewhere on my phone, but that's when I really knew like Kevin Durant was 7 feet because he was just as tall as JaVale.
Insane. Yeah.
Didn't they list him at 6'9"
They did for the longest time.
for the longest time?
Yeah.
That must be like vestiges of AAU, some AAU tournament where they wanted to make it like
Yeah.
they weren't as fearsome as you would
Yeah.
think, and then shows up.
Good attempt on the
He's not
passing there.
6'9".
Yeah, it was crazy. Seeing Chris Paul and Tyreek Evans and D Rose at their prime with Kobe was nuts, man.
Oh, Wiseman just took the finger roll out of the air.
That was sick.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
blocks like that.
There's still some entertainment value as long as Wiseman's on the floor.
Man, he's gonna log some minutes, man.
Jeez.
They're gonna
He
have to
looks
use
good.
him. That's a big time block.
He's been the best Warrior for 2 games. The Rook, 19-year-old.
Jeez. What did we call it? Wingspan? 7'6", 7'7"?
Yeah. 7'6".
I mean, you can see it there.
So, anyways,
Guys, if you have any more questions, I'm gonna take off.
I was
No,
just gonna say
go.
the Philippines must have been wild because that's basketball is their #1 sport. So that
Dude,
must
it
have been
was
a
so
good
much
time.
fun. That was the best trip, man.
Cool.
And that was kind of like
And
what really got me into the industry, and
good.
it was to do that in the Philippines was unbelievable.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
you, Rebecca, as well. I'm gonna end this as well, and then go attend the Zoom session on the post game. But this one throw in the trash can. But thank you for making it way more interesting. Got to talk so much about Klay and all your experiences. Awesome stuff, man.
No, I appreciate you guys, and like I said, anytime we can figure out whenever you guys want me, any questions or anything, man.
Yeah, no, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Same.
All right. Take care of yourself. Merry
All right.
Christmas.
See you next game, Rich.
Same to you guys.
Okay. See you next game.
Bye.
Rebecca. Take care, guys. All right. Let's see here. End live stream.